Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Vlad, Hoops Junction, NBA Finals preview. I'm gonna preview the matchups, and I'm gonna give you my prediction for the NBA Finals. First of all, I'm really happy we're gonna see a really good finals. I felt that if Oklahoma City would have defeated the Golden State Warriors, we wouldn't have had as epic of a finals as most people would anticipate. But this is like a rivalry. Two teams. It's very rare for two teams to make it back. I think the Heat did it a couple years ago, but before that, two teams playing each other, and back to back years. We haven't seen since the Heat and the Spurs, and even the second time around wasn't as good. But Jordan and the Bulls, we seen that was great. So man, we got two heavyweights. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a better matchup. They actually gave the Golden State Warriors a 75% chance or a 70% chance to win the NBA title, which is very, very high. I think it's way, way, way too high, and I'm gonna go over that as well. But I mean, we're gonna see Stephen Curry against Kyrie Irving. What everybody wanted to see, before Kyrie cracked his kneecap, and that game actually went to overtime. So, that was a great matchup. And then you're gonna see LeBron again. LeBron gonna be doing his thing, and now Kevin Love. So it's gonna be a great, awesome matchup. So let's just break down the teams and see what we got. All right, Cavs got LeBron, Love, Irving. I think they're gonna start J.R. Smith, and they're gonna start who's their big? Tristan Thompson at the center position. So essentially, they're gonna match the Warriors' small ball lineup, and occasionally they're gonna put Channing Frye in there either to create space. So that's gonna be a pretty solid lineup, especially with the way the Cavs have been playing. The reason why I think it's going to be a much closer series than most people anticipate is because the Cavs have been playing team basketball, team oriented, balls moving, not sticking. So that right then alone, when you have great talent and the ball's not sticking anywhere, it's going to be a really good matchup. So you got LeBron playing at a really good level. He's not worried about percentages anymore. He shoots when he's open. He drives. He just does what he has to win. It's not like a numbers game. It's not like he's trying to be like a Russell Westbrook. Let me try to force this pass or force. He's playing how he plays. Kyrie Irving, professional scorer. I think he's starting to slowly learn how to run a team better. Run the team just a little bit better. I think in that series against Toronto, Kyle Lowry definitely was running his team a lot better. But Kyrie doesn't have to do much running of the team when you have LeBron James the point forward. Kevin Love, he's gonna be. He's gonna need to have a big game, and he can't choke. He can't choke in the series. He can't have a small series. But here's the thing, and this is the thing that a lot of people have to understand. When somebody has never been in a situation before, like Kyrie's sort of kind of been there, like because he played one game, got hurt. So he's seen the magnitude of it. Kevin Love has never been there. And last year, I told you guys about like Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson getting to the NBA Finals, he had a horrific finals. I think he had I don't think he played good not one game. I think defensively played well, but just being there for the first time, that was like, man, you know what I'm saying? So, and Curry was there for the first time as well. He struggled as well. It was like a huge struggle for like the first 3 or 4 games. You remember they were saying Della Vadova was shutting them down. LeBron was controlling the game when the Cavs were up 2-1. Nobody made any excuses. Everybody was like, LeBron is the best. He's controlling the game. Curry stinks. We thought that the Warriors are gonna win, but Cleveland's gonna probably beat them in 5. You remember that? You remember that because the stage was huge. They settled down and then they came back and won. But nobody ever wants to talk about that 2-1 lead Cleveland had. Everybody likes to say, "Oh, the Cavs are back and they have Love and Kyrie now, so it's gonna be a different story." But hey, the story was already set last year. The Cavs were up 2-1. Game 4 was on their floor, and they had a horrible game, lost by 20. So right then and there, series got tied, and That's it. That was all she wrote. But my thing is this: as a basketball fan, as a player, as anything, if you're up 2-1 on a team and you feel like you could beat them, put your foot on their neck and you're at home, beat them. I think that game LeBron had 20. So now, like then I didn't want to give any excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses now for this game, for this series right here. Cavs are at full strength. So if they go up 2-1 and if they lose a lead or whatever the case is, I don't want to hear it because you guys said LeBron didn't have any help last year. And the thing is, without help, he was up 2-1. So what does that tell you about how much help he needs, quote unquote? So, but let's go back to this series this year. You got Love, Kyrie, LeBron, all healthy. They're all playing at a high clip. I think they're scoring. I think when each of them score 20 points, they're like undefeated or something. So right then and there, they're gonna be a handful for the Warriors. It's gonna be a lot of offense, But at the end of the day, it's gonna be the defense that wins the NBA Finals. And the thing with Kyrie and Love, they are great offensive players, but they're suspect on the defensive end. So what's going to need to happen for the Cavs is that they're going to need Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love's offense to overshadow their poor defense, which means reaching in, being out of position, falling asleep on the weak side. Those little things right there, that has to stop in the NBA Finals. That cannot happen because, yes, you can score, but if you're for every 3 points or 5 points you score, you're giving up 7 to 8. I mean, that's ridiculous. You're like a sieve, and we don't want to see Kevin Love sit in the fourth quarter in the NBA Finals. Like that can't happen because that's not good for the psyche of a team. That's not good for anything actually. Because if you said that LeBron needed help, he got his help. He has Love back. So if Love is on the bench like he was against Toronto, that can't happen. That's gonna be a confidence shaker. And that's going to just put everything in the crapper. Now we look at the Golden State side. We have Stephen Curry. Curry's not 100%. No matter what people tell you, no matter how we've seen him play, he's not 100%. Then you have Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has had a couple big games against Oklahoma City. I think game 1 he had like 20-something points in the first half, and then he didn't score in the fourth quarter at all. And then Game 6, he had a 41-point burner. Awesome. In order for the Warriors to win, they need Klay Thompson to be Klay Thompson. They need him to scorch whoever he's going up against. They need him to score. They need him to be aggressive. They need him to drive the basketball. Then you're going to have, I don't know if they're going to start Iguodala or not. They're probably going to start Harrison Barnes. So they're going to go with Barnes. Then they're going to go with Draymond Green. And Draymond Green is another player like Kevin Love. He has to play like he played in last year's NBA Finals. He has to play reckless abandonment. He has to stop whining to the referees, and he has to bring it to the table because he is the emotional box of the Warriors. He's like their emotional cheerleader. He gets everybody pumped, ready to go, ready to kick ass. If he's not going at 100%, then they're not going to play half as well as they should. And he's also their defensive anchor. If you watch all those plays against Oklahoma City, all those big blocks and strips, he had a lot to do with it. He used to start a big block, which would start a break, which would start a 7-0 run. Or he would get a strip, push it down the court, get a layup. It's little things like that. So he is going to have to be who he is, which is hard-nosed, rebounding. He's going to have to box out Tristan Thompson, play well like that. So that being said, we need Draymond to be Draymond, and he needs to play. He needs to play up to his standards or past his standards, out of his mind. He needs to stop taking those ill-advised threes. He shoots like a lot of bad threes. He needs to just be who he is, hard-nosed, dogfight kind of guy. So that's what he needs to do. And then of course they're gonna start Bogut. Now Bogut has been a weak spot in the Warriors lineup, and it's not even funny. Like the way Oklahoma City had him in the pick and rolls looking stupid was awful, and I wouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if on the off season they offload Bogut or they trade him, or if they could pick up Dwight Howard, because the way it looks like Howard is situating himself, He's like, I want to get better with free throws. He wants to go to a contender. And really, the only contenders, if Kevin Durant stays, is OKC, San Antonio, Golden State, and the Cavs. That's it. So he's gonna go to one of those 4 teams. And you're hearing it first here. He's gonna go to one of those 4 teams. He's gonna take less money and go to one of those 4 teams. So, but Bogut, he has been awful. He has been awful. The game, I think Game 6 or Game 5, he played pretty good, but he's been awful. He's been missing a ton of bunnies, a ton of layups and dunks. To me, he's just one of those players there to take fouls. And after this season, they're gonna have to do something to offload him, probably start Ezeli more. So I don't see him really getting much of anything done for the Warriors. I don't think he's gonna really show up how he should with the blocks. I think when he's active, blocking shots, and after he blocks people, he always likes to push them down on the ground. I love that. That's like old school for me. Push guys on the ground, like, get the out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. If he could play like that, play physical, be physical at all times, then he could stay on the court. But with the Cavs small ball lineup and stretching, with the 3-point line thing, that's going to be tough to keep him in the game because the Cavs are going to try to go small. So let's look at the advantages real quick. We already in the lineups, whatever the case is. In terms of 3-point shooting, the Cavs had the edge, but then Golden State just woke up. So 3-point shooting, I'm going to give it to Golden State. Even though the Cavs have more players that can hit a 3 to me on a consistent basis, when the Warriors have 2 of their best players who hit 3s all the time consistently. So their 2 best players hit 3s. It's not like LeBron hits 3s consistently, because then that would be like another dimension to the game. So right then and there, boom. Now in terms of star power, I'm going to give the edge to the Cavs. Cavs have Kyrie Irving, who's going to get calls. They have LeBron James, who's going to get calls. They have Kevin Love, who's going to get calls. So star power right there, give it to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Rebounding. Now, the Golden State Warriors just faced a tough rebounding team. Tough rebounding team. And they beat them. And they didn't get out-rebounded as bad as they think. So the Cavs might be able to win rebound numbers, but it's not going to be significant. So right then and there, it could be a wash, but that could be leaning more in Golden State's favor. So rebounds, Golden State favor, because they know when they need to rebound, Curry's gonna go in there, Klay Thompson's gonna go, Draymond's gonna go in there, and Cavs only have one person they have Kevin Love. He's a great rebounder. I'm not gonna say he's not a great rebounder, but they don't have to deal with length and size, which is Adams, Ibaka, Cantor, Roberson, all those guys. They don't have to deal with all that. They just have to deal with Kevin Love and mainly Tristan Thompson rebound. And LeBron can rebound, but it's not like that huge crash the glass and moving people out the way. All right. So we're gonna go with ball movement. Ball movement, I'm always giving it to the Warriors. Warriors move the ball. That's the only way that they beat teams. When they lose games, it's because they didn't move the ball. Turnovers is when to give it towards the Cavs. The Cavs run a lot of isolation, and the ball's in LeBron's hands a lot. So he's not a high turnover kind of player. When he does turn the ball over, though, they do lose games. But the way that they run their offense, they're not going to have a lot of turnovers. The Warriors are going to have more turnovers. And that's going to be problematic for them because that's going to fuel Cavaliers' break. Now, bench. I'm going to give the decided edge to the Golden State Warriors. They have great backup point guard. They have bigs who can shoot in most spades. They have Iguodala's coming off the bench. I don't know if he's coming. Maybe they have Harrison. If Harrison or Iguodala coming off the bench, I mean, those guys can start anywhere else. So, I mean, Cavaliers bench, Richard Jefferson, Matthew Dellavedova, Channing Frye, Iman Shumpert. The bench is okay, but it's nothing compared to the Golden State has Sean Livingston come off the bench to go run the team. He's gotten starters minutes in the Trailblazer series. You have Mo Space, like I said. You have Festus Ezeli. You have Iguodala, Harrison Barnes. They have playmakers on their bench, and the Cleveland Cavaliers don't. Cleveland Cavaliers, the way that those guys make plays is like LeBron has to be on the court or Kyrie has to be on the court. If it's just like Love with the bench, it's not gonna work out too well because they're just gonna force feed him the ball and try to get open threes with Jefferson and all that. That's not gonna work. So this series for the Cavs, LeBron, Kyrie, and Love, one of them is gonna have to be on the floor at all times. And so I don't know who's gonna get tired first. I don't know who is, but it is what it is. All right, and then defensive wise, I can give the edge to the Cavaliers. I feel like they went 8-0 against not inferior competition, great competition, but they just didn't play up to their standards. But that woke up their defense. Their rotations have been crisp. Now against the Raptors, their defense was not as nice, but they had a lot of blowouts due to offensive explosions. So Kyle Lowry was getting off on Kyrie. He was, yes, he was. But also, you got to think about it like this: for the Warriors, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, they only had like one game where they scored below 25 points each, so they were getting off too. So defensively, I'm gonna give a little bit of edge to the Cavaliers, just a little bit of edge to Cavaliers because it's like they've been playing a lot more physical teams to me. I feel like no, I can't say that. I can't say they've been playing physical teams. I'm just saying like defensively they've been in the groove. They've been getting a lot of deflections. They've been like just roughhousing people, and I don't think that people don't understand how much that means in the NBA Finals because they're not going to blow the whistle as much. Not at all. Not at all, not at all, not at all. You saw what happened to Stephen Curry. Last year, he was getting fouled every single play, and they didn't blow the whistle. They just said Matthew Dellavedova was locking him up. And then guess what happened? So defensively, I'm going to give a little bit of edge. I'm going to think, because I think Klay Thompson is a great defender, but the way that Stephen Curry is and his knee, I don't think he's going to be as great of a defender. And then so Klay Thompson's going to have to lock up with J.R. Smith, and I don't think Harrison Barnes is going to be able to lock down LeBron James. Or Iguodala is going to be able to lock down LeBron James because he hasn't played as many minutes as he did last year this season. So he's going to be refreshed. And then they're going to Draymond Green. Draymond Green's a great defender. So to me, like the health of Curry tips the defensive edge in the Cleveland Cavaliers' favor because of the simple fact that the Warriors had great defense this season, but with the injuries and with them giving up so many points to Oklahoma City Thunder, their defense has chinks in their armor that you can exploit. You know, they sometimes they do miscommunication. Sometimes, you know, they don't defensive rebound as well as they should. So I feel like the Cavaliers, they have been doing the things that they need to do to win defensively. So all right. Now one-on-one matchups, Curry and Irvin, to me, that's a wash. One of the reasons I'll say that's a wash, I'll tip the favor in Stephen Curry's favor just a little bit, but also kind of this is why I say it's a wash. He's not 100%. That knee is still bothering him. You see him the way he's been playing. Sometimes he paces himself. Sometimes he can give you a big game, and then sometimes he just kind of chills in the cut. Like in Oklahoma City series, which they almost lost, which they should have lost, you know, by all accounts, Oklahoma City had the dead to rights. Curry had a couple quarters where he didn't score at all. So that being said, to me that's a wash. I feel like they're going to go at each other all night long. I think Curry's going to make smarter plays. He's going to be able to affect the game a lot more than Kyrie, but Kyrie's scoring is going to offset some of that. So that's a wash. J.R. Smith, Klay Thompson and J.R. Smith were the weakest links in last year's NBA Finals. This year, Klay Thompson needs to wake up. He cannot allow J.R. Smith to check him. Not at all. So I'm going to give that to Klay Thompson. He has to cook him. Absolutely cook him. Get to the foul line on J.R. Smith at all times. All times. Drain threes in his face. Make him look silly. He's not that great of a defender. He used to talk about how he used to check Kobe and slow Kobe down. Cut it. Next. LeBron James, whoever, Iguodala, whatever, Harrison Barnes. LeBron has the advantage. He's going to dominate that matchup. So right now we got Wash, Thompson, LeBron. So, all right. Now at the 4 position, Kevin Love and Draymond Green. That is going to be crazy because this is Kevin Love's first time NBA Finals. So I don't know if he knows what to expect. I don't know if he's gonna be ready for some of those double teams they throw at him. It's gonna be crazy. Sometimes they're gonna double, sometimes they're not. So it's gonna be a guessing game for him. So I'm gonna lean that in Draymond Green's favor just a little bit because I feel like Draymond Green with his defense he could stay on the court a lot more than Kevin Love can at in certain crucial times. So and Draymond Green has a lot of heart. I think you can't underestimate heart. Heart is huge. So all right, so Curry washed to me because Curry's not 100%. Klay Thompson has it. LeBron has that matchup. Green, I'm giving it to him. Tristan Thompson and Bogut, I'll give it to Tristan Thompson because Bogut has been garbage. Bogut has been trash. If Bogut could actually give them a double-double every game, then Warriors are going to win with no problem. But the thing about Bogut, he's foul-prone, doesn't move his feet. They're going to put him in a pick and roll every time. And hopefully the Warriors don't switch it. Hopefully they just try to fight over the screen. But when they try to fight over the screen, that's going to leave open a three-pointer for either Channing Frye or whoever they're screening for. Because I know they're not going to really screen a lot with Thompson. They're going to screen with Channing Frye's man or try to screen with Curry. And that's going to leave open three-point cross rotations. And as of late, Warriors rotations haven't been as crisp as they need to be. You saw that with the Oklahoma City Thunder, how they were. If it was like a hanging competition, they were roasting Bogut. They were roasting Ezeli. Those guys weren't stepping up at all. So right then and there, I'll just give it to Thompson because he's more active. He gets offensive rebounds. They're gonna throw a lot of lobs to him, of course. So he's more active to me. Bogut. He just needs to get in better shape. I think he's just like not in 100% great shape. I've never seen him in like 100% great shape, like always run up and down the court, always like active. He's just not. He's just like has one gear. So after all that talk, we got the matchups, we got the lineups. Oh, coaching, I'm gonna give Steve Kerr the decided edge. I think Tyronn Lue is a good coach, but NBA Finals is a different ball game. It's a different ball game. It's not regular season. You're not coaching against Dwayne Casey, who lets his guys go down 20, don't call timeouts. Who lets his guys not hustle back on defense. Who doesn't teach his guys lessons in the process. Dwayne Casey is a great coach, but I felt like some of those blowouts, getting blown out by 30, 40 points, you can't allow that, man. You can't allow that. That like takes the heart out of your team. That's awful. So that's a wrap. Like he's going against a tactician. Popovich is going to be calling him up. So you never know. Tyronn Lue might get a few things, but here's the thing: a lot of people don't understand about Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue is like the great motivator. He knows how to talk to his guys. He knows how to talk to the guys and get a lot out of them. He played for my Lakers. He was around Kobe, Brian Shaw, Rick Fox, Shaquille O'Neal, all those guys and Phil Jackson, just the basketball that falls off their lips. Like, they could say something silly like, the offensive rebound, if we just get this and we move the ball here and move this there, then we have the decided edge. We need to take charges, guys. Let's take charges. Let's just tip one offensive rebound out. Those little things are what spark wins. Because right now, a lot of people don't want to admit this, the Cavaliers are running David Blatt's offense. And it's just like, how could you fire a guy but then still keep running his stuff like it wasn't good? Like, you said he wasn't a good coach, but then you're still running all his stuff. So it just shows you didn't ever like the guy to begin with. So, that being said, Steve Kerr gets the edge from me. So now, who's going to win? It's going to be, they're giving the Golden State Warriors way too high of a percentage to win. Like they said, LeBron has helped this year. So Kyrie Irving and Love, they've been itching to get back. They said it's a revenge game. LeBron wants revenge against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors want to prove that their championship was legitimate. I mean, how could you even say it was their championship legitimate? They went 73-9 this year. Last year, they were down 2-1 and still came back and won. So I don't want to hear that the championship wasn't legitimate. Whatever. This year, nobody thought they were going to make it back to the finals. Down 3-1. Curry gets hurt, and they still make it to the finals. So you got to give them some respect. For the Cavs, they cruise through the playoffs, man. It's been easy. It's been easy going. Besides that Raptors series, they've been putting their foot on the team's neck, and I feel like they are poised to win. I feel like they're like, oh, you know what? We got this. We gotta have this, man. I feel like they feel like they're a team of destiny, and the Warriors feel like they're a team of destiny. Now, when it comes to destiny and stuff like that, you always want to go back to the best players that are in on each team. You got LeBron James, who's going to control the game. He's going to get people in foul trouble. He's going to make the passes. Now the question is, J.R. Smith, are you going to knock him down? Kyrie Irving, are you going to knock him down? Kevin Love, are you going to knock these shots down? Are you going to make the plays that when LeBron gets doubled? Are you going to be that hero for the Cavs? And then for the Warriors, Stephen Curry is your best guy, but he's not 100%. So are you going to step up and do what you have to do to win? And you got to understand, it's hard to win back-to-back championships. That's why, when somebody goes back-to-back, it's such a big deal. When somebody three-peats, it's like you a legend. You see what I'm saying? Like Jordan, legend. Kobe, legend. Shaq, legend. Tim Duncan never did the three-peat or nothing, but, I mean, he's a legend in his own right, and he's the best power forward of all time. Michael Jordan, legend. Bill Russell, legend. See what I'm saying? Because not only they go back-to-back, they went back-to-back-to-back. See what I'm saying? So, that being said, they said, I looked at a stat on ESPN, they said no team has played the same team in back-to-back years and won the NBA title since the 97-98 Bulls. Now, the Warriors have won up on the 97-96 Bulls because they actually went 73-9. So it's so much destiny, so much things involved, so much emotions going. I feel like this is like gonna be such an emotional series that we're not even gonna be talking much about X's or O's or anything. It's just gonna be all emotion driven. So right now, I think I'm gonna make an emotional decision. I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 6. I may be wrong. I want to be wrong because I'm not like a big LeBron fan at all or nothing like that. But I think this year, the way that they've been playing basketball, moving the ball, actually running plays for other players other than LeBron and Kyrie, I feel like that the way that they've gelled, they have a huge legitimate way to win the NBA championship. I'm going with the Cavs in 6. I think they've won in Golden State before last year. This year's a different ball game. They got scraped twice, but this is when they're going through the turmoil, the Christmas Day game. Kyrie Irving was coming back and he wasn't 100%. Then they went to Golden State and lost. But it was a close game. It was a pretty good game until Curry hit a big three. So the only reason I'm giving the Cavs the edge is for this one reason. Stephen Curry is not 100%. And when your best player isn't 100%, you can't expect that your team is going to win unless everybody else plays out of their mind. And I just don't see everybody on Golden State playing out of their mind because of the simple fact that whenever their shots aren't going in, sometimes they forget how to play defense. Or sometimes it affects their defensive or their offensive rebound. It's just when their shots aren't falling, when Curry's not in the game, it's like they let teams back in the game and Thompson, doesn't put his foot on the team's neck how he should. I mean, with OKC down the stretch, he did. I'm going to give him his props. But historically, Klay Thompson has always been struggling in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. I think if he comes out every game and scores like 25, 26 points a game, the Warriors are winning hands down easily. Because Curry's going to do his thing, and then if he's going off, then easily. But, Cleveland, I don't think they're going to let that happen. I think they're going to put LeBron on him. And then after that, so you're going to let Harrison Barnes shoot and Draymond Green shoot. They're going to try to keep the ball out of those guys' hands. They're going to take a page out of Oklahoma City's book. And that's what got them up 3-1. So I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to look at Oklahoma City's recipe. They have better decision makers. And they're going to try to crash the glass. They're going to try to recreate some of those things. So I think the Cavs are going to really take everybody's game plan on how to beat them. They're going to trap. They're going to full court press. They're going to do everything. Try to take time off the clock. So, and then you have LeBron James controlling the game, getting to the line. Kyrie's going to get to the line. Kevin Love, he may get to the line. He may get the best of Draymond Green, and Draymond Green cannot get any more technicals. I feel like he's going to get emotional. It's just going to be such an emotional series to the point where I think the Golden State Warriors may get out of character due to the fact that their leader, their best player, is not 100%. If he was 100%, I would give it to the Warriors in 6 because I feel like they could beat anybody. If they come back from 3-1, they come back from the dead, they unkillable. They like Jason Voorhees. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they are to me. They're like Jason Voorhees. You know what I'm saying? They coming at all times. So don't even sleep on them. No lead is safe. No game leads are safe against them. But I feel like the Cavs, I think they just have a lot of confidence. Now that confidence could come back and shoot them in the foot. They could say like, okay, you know, we're really confident, we're the best team, yada yada yada, and then go ahead and lose the series. That could hurt them too. See what I'm saying? Because you can't go in confident against a defending champion like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you were like this close. Like you see how the Spurs came back the following year and whooped Miami's butt. It's because they were this close to winning. So it wasn't like nobody was missing. They outplayed the Heat, but it's just like that game 6 took the wind out of their sails. So I think that due to the emotional appeal of the series, LeBron might win a ring or might lose a ring. Stephen Curry and the Warriors want to prove. So it's going to be a lot of emotions, and that's going to dictate who wins the series. And I feel like the Warriors are going to get more emotional than the Cavs are because the Cavs, they can always rely on LeBron James in crunch time, but the Warriors, they're going to have to do it by committee because they can't always rely on Stephen Curry to be hitting all these threes because when he's tired, you know, when his knee is bothering him, which we've seen it, other guys have to step up, and a lot of times they don't at times. I don't know what it is. It's like certain games they can hit a bunch of shots. Then the next game they can't even hit like the side of a barn. And that's because Curry's not there. So I'm going to give it to the Cavs in 6. I may be wrong, but I'm just thinking you're giving them a 30% chance, 25% to win the series. Come on, man. That's disrespectful. And they say don't bet against Vegas, but I mean, come on, like that's way too high of an odd. LeBron is way too good. Kyrie, I think, is pretty good. Love is solid. You can't just think they're gonna roll over and die like that. So I'm picking them, man. I think like that stat said, no team has gone back to back against a team they faced before. So that right there tells you Warriors have been careless with the basketball. Cleveland feeds off turnovers. Like, a lot of things the Warriors do besides the ball movement, like a lot of their little bad habits, is what the Cavs feast on. So you can't allow that to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Cavs win the series in 6. But I may be wrong. And if Stephen Curry wants to put me in my place, go ahead, brother, because I've been loving what I've been seeing from the Warriors. I would love for them to win back-to-back championships. I think they deserve it. I think even if they don't win the championship, everybody knows nothing was luck. Nothing was luck. Not at all. We're going to stop talking about that. I think they played a great game, and I think that this injury to Curry, him out being 2 weeks, and so much battles that they have to go through, health is going to be an issue. Fatigue is going to be an issue. Playing back-to-back summers. Kyrie hasn't played like that. You know, he was coming off injury, so he missed like half the season. Love, he missed a couple of games and came back, so they haven't played like that. But Warriors, everybody is, big on minutes, so we'll see. But I got the Cavs in 6. I'm not a Cavs fan, ladies and gentlemen. I just think with the injury to Curry, I think it's going to be a big deal. I don't think people understand how hard he's been working. I mean, yes, he's unanimous MVP, and this is why, because he's been working really hard, man. Come down 3-1, and come on, man. Get a guy some respect. But I'm going to go with LeBron. I think he's going to win his 3rd ring and do his thing. I think everybody's going to jump on this bandwagon again. He's the best player of the game or whatever. But I may be wrong. If he loses this series, well, anyway, to me it was already a foregone conclusion. Like this, LeBron is one of the best players to play the game, but he's not the best because you can't tell me you're the best player and you lost four titles. Like he's already 2-4, so you can't tell me you're the best. Like you You're not there. Like you want one of the best. You're not the best. So if he wins 3 out of 7, that's fine too. You're one of the best. You're like top 10, top whatever top people want to give him. But you're not the best. You got to stop with all that talk. Like we all got to stop. He's a great talent. He's must see TV. You know what I'm saying? He's a transcendent player, but he's not like Mike. He's more like Magic. He's not like Mike. He's more like Wilt. Like Wilt was like unstoppable, dominant, crazy, but he's not. Wilt wasn't successful when it was time to put it down. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people don't understand. Like if the thing people don't understand is when you have a great player, they need to have accolades to go with it. When you don't have the accolades to go with it, it's like, how great are you? We know you're great. We see you're great, but when it's time to win, you don't win. And then every time you don't win, it's like you didn't have this, you didn't have that, you didn't have this. Nobody says that about Kobe. Nobody says like Kobe lost those 2 championships because he didn't have this. He had it and he lost it. So it doesn't matter about what you have, honestly. It just matters about going in and doing the job. So to me, he's top 10, top 5, whatever you want to have him. If he wins his 3rd championship, I'm moving him ahead of Larry Bird. I'm moving him ahead of Larry Bird. I don't care what y'all say. Larry Bird was a bad boy if he didn't get hurt, but I have to move him ahead of Larry Bird. I have to move him. So, but that being said, we got to stop with all this. He's better than Jordan. Or he has all these points in the playoffs. Yeah, he has all these points in the playoffs. He's been playing in the playoffs. He's 17, 18, 19, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? He's been playing a lot of playoff games. You know what I'm saying? Because they said that has to count for something. No. What counts for something is those rings and those trophies you lift up. So I'm giving it to LeBron. I think he could pull up another trophy. And, we're going to have another year of the bandwagon fans. They're going to be jumping on it. They're going to be saying how great he is, stuff like that. I want to be wrong, but my gut tells me they're going to take the series. It's just my gut. It's just my gut. On paper, Warriors look better, but it's my gut. My gut's telling me, like, this is an emotional series, and something's going to happen in this series, which is going to pull a lot of momentum towards Cleveland. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I don't want to hear these LeBron fans come after me. Oh, LeBron's the greatest, yada, yada. But Curry ain't 100%. I can't bet everything on a player that's not 100%. I can't bet on a team that, if like LeBron was hobbling with a knee or whatever, it would be like 90% chance for the Warriors to win this series. So I think it should be like 55-45 or 60-40. It shouldn't be so high, or 53. What is it? 53-47, whatever. It shouldn't be that so high for the Warriors to win the title. And I think right then and there, that's gonna be like boom. It's gonna deflate the air out of the Warriors. They're gonna lose one game at home, and then that's gonna be that. But hey, maybe they come out and shut me up. 73-9. It don't mean a thing till you win that ring. Maybe they win that ring. So we'll see. Let me know what you think. I'm sorry this has been such a long video. I just wanted to flesh it out. I wanted to really talk about this because I know that a lot of people are just so emotional for this series. They're revved up ready to see it go, ready to see who's gonna win. So let me know who you think is gonna win. Sorry for such a long video. I'm just excited about this. I know you are too. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.